Hello, welcome back to Blender Sushi Live Learning. In this episode, I want to show you how you can use SVerchok add-on with a tissue add-on together to make something that looks like a stupid coronavirus. So let's get started. So basically, this should be pretty simple. So basically, you provide some kind of base mesh, and then you perhaps just create something that's kind of like an extruded um, mesh, and you want to combine this guy with this guy. Maybe if you make like subdivisions, something like that, and then apply it. And I already have the latest version of tissue add-on. Simply select the base and the tessellation, and then just run it. Oops, actually this guy and then this guy, tessellate. So you can see what's happening. It's simply combine the two into a new object. So we're gonna do that, but we're gonna be using SVerchok nodes. So you will see the duet between the two will create an interesting system. So let's start with the base mesh. Just use something like icosphere. There you go. So alpha should be the base mesh. Let's keep it simple. And this is because icosphere is all like triangle face. We want to turn it into maybe like a dual mesh, or maybe using diamond. Okay, dual mesh give you that, but you probably need to triangulate it. Maybe diamond mesh. I think they both still gonna work. And then add a dual mesh there. Well, still it's triangulated actually. Just use dual mesh. Maybe if we subdivide after this. Yeah, I think that might work actually. Subdivide. Oh, actually, subdivide only works if we give the edges. Hopefully this one works. Anyway, we give this a try. So let's save this as tissue SVerchok. So let's create a surface like a plane. We may call this one beta, and then create some kind of inset. Instead of using inset special, use inset faces, because that's more like correct in what we are trying to do. Increase the depth, and be careful with thickness, not too much. You can see the bottom part is hollow. So let's try to combine the two now. Let's see what's gonna happen. Put this to the side. Select the component, select the base mesh, tessellate. Okay. Okay, so we have result. Even though it's not perfect, but we can deal with it. So this is the tessellation result. We can see there's option here that we can use further. Tessellate settings. We can actually refresh. We can make changes into our components. Make changes and then update it. So we can actually further work with this guy. For example, something like that, with a face data and mask. Oh, they are on top of each other for now. So thickness and depth, and you can work on the region or individual, in or out. Let's try something like that. Select our tessellated mesh and then refresh. And perhaps we also need to make a couple of things, like make changes. Maybe turn on like global individual faces. I have a feeling that this guy is not good, so I need to perhaps just subdivide this properly. Subdivide. Okay, so hopefully this will work now. Refresh. I think it's slightly better. Let's see if I actually apply this. Refresh. Okay, so it goes back to the original. Thickness, okay, constant or relative with the scale control, okay. Direction, individual, okay, individual face is good. Components, bound, local, global, and we can turn on merge. Increasing the distance. That's actually not too bad if we actually subdivide this guy properly. I will actually try doing that for now, like subdivide and then turn off live. Apply this guy. And then refresh. There you go. This result, if I duplicate it and then subdivide, you can see they're actually merging properly. So the result is really quite good, and we can actually perhaps like randomize things. Okay, we can randomize rotate, but there's also other things like what's interesting, however, is these iterations. If we increase the repeat, it's gonna start to create an iterations, and it's actually something that you need to try yourself. Maybe turn off subdivisions, and then I just gonna push it. Okay, in this case, because they're already overlapping, it's hard to see what's going on, but the result is quite nice, actually quite interesting. And on top of this, if we are actually playing around with the shape, thickness, depth, we can always refresh, and there you go. It's actually, this one has this repeats turn on. Let's turn it off. So we have a new result. Okay, simply by having these two combined together with tissue add-on, we have kind of like unlimited way to generate this kind of complex construct, like 3D mesh. There's actually a lot of things that you can do further, like for example, like with this guy over here, if I turn off live for now, let's see if I give it a face material color. So this one might be slightly tricky to understand at first. I'm gonna assign a material, give a different color, and then select invert and have another material so it's clear. So the one that's yellow color hopefully can help to iterate with this guy. So if I turn on the material ID, the one that's yellow color will actually iterate in a more controllable way. And I can do that multiple times. So it's actually using the material ID for this. Refresh. Oops, doesn't like it. Okay, use material ID 0. Refresh. So this is the result after 2 times iterations. Rotation, okay, just default. Merge, okay, merge. If I didn't merge, refresh, didn't see any result. Oh, actually, combined iterations should be unused, I think. Okay, I think this mesh is slightly complicated. That's why the result is hard to see because they are kind of overlapping. Let me try actually. Let's go back to our element and try to play around with this a little bit more. Individual in and out mask can go there, face mask. So depth and iteration and thickness. These guys looks like slightly overlapping. Oh yeah, okay, it's red color, that's why. There you go. I think that's a little bit better for our purpose. Yeah, like I said, it resembles the stupid virus, but don't worry about that. Okay, maybe I lost the material, maybe I didn't. It's all yellow, so it's all gonna be creating branching. But I'm gonna turn off live. I'm gonna select a couple of face. And then invert it. And I will assign a different color. Assign. So the one that's yellow is gonna be creating the branching, hopefully. Refresh. There we go. So that's the first iterations. Second one. Second time, third times. Normally I turn on unused. So we have the inside. And there should all kind of be connecting together. You can see it's a pretty complex structure. But yeah, that's basically it. You can try experiment with this and see what you can come out with. So with one-time iterations, it's looking like this. 2 times already like a flower, but we only, if we actually started with something that's a little bit better, I mean, icosphere dual mesh should do the job, and then after that we need subdivisions. That's so we need proper quad in order to get something that's looking nice. But this can work really well anyway. There's a, so the components and the base is created procedurally using SVerchok, and on top of that, with tissue tools and the refresh here, you can always update the base and the component, and you get nice result. Yeah, there you go. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.